Hi everyone and welcome back to Dev Portal, your go-to channel for mastering database concept. In our today's video, we are diving into the world of materialized view in PostgreSQL, an important topic that will help to optimize performance for the complex queries. So first, let's discuss what we are going to cover today in this video. We will start with the difference between views and materialized view, and then we will see how we can create and refresh materialized view in PostgreSQL. Along with this, we will discuss some best practices and some common mistakes that we should avoid while working with materialized view. So let's start our today's video. So first, let's try to understand the difference between regular views and materialized view. If we talk about regular view, a view is a virtual table based on a SQL query. It does not hold any data in the database. Instead, it will fetch the latest data from the underlying table every time when we are running the query which is mentioned in our view. And this will ensure that we will get most up-to-date data from the database. It can be slower for the complex queries as it totally depends on the query performance. On the other hand, a materialized view is a physical copy of the query result which is stored in the database itself. And as the result is stored in the database itself, querying a materialized view is much faster compared to querying a regular view. However, materialized view will not get automatically refreshed, so anytime if data modification happen in the database, we have to either periodically or manually need to refresh the materialized view. In simple terms, views are great for the real-time data, while materialized view are ideal for the performance optimization when real-time data is not necessary for our use case. So now what we are going to do, first we will see how we can create a materialized view in PostgreSQL, and then I will show you how we can refresh the view. And after that I will show you the performance difference between regular view and materialized view. So what I'm going to do, I will create a view, or you can say a materialized view, which will fetch the employee ID, first name, last name and salary from public.employees table, the data which you can see currently in this screen. Same query I will use in my materialized view as well, and then we will see that it will also provide us the same result. Let me show you. If I talk about the syntax of materialized view is also very similar to the regular views. If you don't know how to create regular views in PostgreSQL, then you can check it out my previous tutorial. Link I will give you in the I section. So first, what I need to mention, I need to write create, and after that I need to use one keyword, that is materialized. And after that I need to mention view, and then I need to mention my materialized view name. Suppose this is public, I want to create under public schema, and then view name will be employees underscore details underscore MV. And after that I need to mention as, and now I need to mention my query, that is select employee ID, then first name, then last name and last name, and then finally I will fetch salary from public.employees table, and let me provide order by clause as well, order by emp underscore id. So that's it. If I run this query, it will create a materialized view under materialized view section. Here you can see currently no view is created. So first let me create this, and you can see it got created. And whenever we create a materialized view, what will happen, it will execute the select query, and the data which will come from the database, it will store in the database itself. So as you can see, select 16 is also reflecting here. So what I'm going to do, first let me refresh this materialized view, and you can see here employee details is reflecting. Let me show you the SQL as well. So as you can see, this is the SQL for the creation of the materialized view, and the owner is Postgres because I have used Postgres user to create this view, so the owner will be Postgres by default. Now let me show you that how we can use this view first. So for that, what I need to do, I need to write select star from public dot, and now I need to mention my view name, that is employees underscore details underscore MV. Let me execute this query, and this query will fetch, not fetch, it will, the data which is already present in my database, it will just provide me that data. It is not going to fetch the latest record from the database itself. Let me show you. So here you can see it provided 16 records. If I go to the previous tab as well, here as well you can see there are total 16 records. Now with this materialized view, what we can understand that every time whenever we are going to execute this materialized view, it will provide me the data which is already present in the database itself. With this, we need to also understand any modification happen in my public.employees table. Suppose any insert, delete or update, those records or those modification will not reflect whenever I am trying to execute my view. It will only reflect whenever we will refresh that view. Let me show you. So first let me insert one data record in my employees table. So first let me show you the employees table. So this is my employees table. Let me go to the SQL, and here you can see employee ID is there, first name, last name, hire date, salary and department ID. So what I will do, I will insert one record here first. So first let me provide, already 16 records are there. Let me insert one more record, that is 17th record, and suppose name is Navneet, and let me provide last name, and hire date, it will take today's date by default. So let me remove hire date, and what I'm going to do, salary, let me provide suppose 50k, and then department is 3. Let me insert this record. So this record got inserted. Let me close this query tool, and now let me go to this select query first and let me execute this. So you can see it here. Now total 17 records are reflecting, but if I execute my materialized view select query, still it will show 16 records. You can see it here. So with this, what we can conclude, that any modification happen in my underlying table, those changes will not reflect here. For that I have to refresh my materialized view first. So now let's see how we can refresh a materialized view. So for that we need to use the keyword, that is refresh, and after that I will write materialized view, and then I need to mention my view name, that is employees underscore details underscore MV. Let me execute this command, and when I try to execute this command, what it will do, it will execute the same query which we have mentioned in our materialized view. It will fetch those records and then it will store those records in the database. So if I execute this, now you can see materialized view got refreshed. Now if I try to execute the select query on materialized view, this time you can see 17 records are reflecting. So this is how we can create and refresh materialized view in PostgreSQL. If you want to modify your materialized view, in that case first you need to drop that view and then again you need to recreate, because already data is stored in the database. Any modification you want, first you need to drop so that that data will get deleted, and then again you can recreate. So let me show you that as well. So first what I can do, I need to drop the materialized view. For that command will be drop materialized view and then view name employees underscore details underscore MV. Let me drop this first. So view got dropped, and now what I will do, let me add department ID as well, and let me recreate this. So if I recreate, view got recreated. Now if I execute my select query, this time department ID will also come. You can see it here. So this is how we can modify our materialized view as well. So this is all about creation, dropping, modification and refreshing the materialized view. Now let's compare the performance difference between regular views and materialized view. For that what I did, I have created another schema, that is demo, and inside demo I have created one table, that is employees table. Let me show you that first. So here you can see employees table is there. Let me go to the SQL, and here I have created 4 columns: employee ID, full name, then salary and department ID. And let me show you how many records are exist in this table. So first let me clear all these things. So I will write select count 1. Count 1 will return total number of rows present in this table, and let me mention schema name as well, that is demo dot employees. And let me execute this command first. So it will return, okay, I forgot to add from clause. So let me execute this again, and it will return the total number of rows present in this table. I have inserted total 5 crore records, so that we can see the difference in the performance of the materialized view and regular views. For this select query as well, you can see it will take lot of time to pull the total number of rows that is present in the table. So query got completed, and as you can see, it returned 5 crore count. So it means total 5 crore records are present in this table, and for that it took 22 seconds to execute this query. Now to compare the performance between regular views and materialized view, I already created those things in my demo schema. Let me show you that as well. So if I go to the view section, you can see employees department average salary is present. Let me show you the SQL. And here what I'm going to do, I will fetch department ID and I will calculate the average salary, and also I will calculate the how many employees present to that department. That record it will fetch. So first I will execute my view, that is normal view, and then I will show you the same result. It will show me in how many seconds. That performance comparison we will do. So first let me execute this view first, or what I will do, let me come to the first tab. Here I will write select, and I will mention all from demo dot, that is employees underscore department underscore average underscore salary, and let me execute this, and it will take around 10 to 20 seconds. So let me skip the video till then. So here you can see it took 22 seconds and 476 milliseconds to execute this query, and total 5 records we got. This is a normal view execution time. Same thing now we are going to compare with our materialized view. First let me show you the materialized view. So if I come to the materialized view section, here you can see employees department average salary I have created. Let me show you the SQL as well. It also executes the same query, just there is a difference in the name and materialized keyword we have added. So this is a materialized view, and now we are going to compare the performance for this as well. So let me go to the next tab, and here I will execute select all from demo dot materialized view name, that is employees underscore department underscore average salary underscore MV. Let me execute this, and if I go to the previous tab, for normal view it took 20 seconds, and for materialized view it will take less than 5 seconds. So you can see it took just 130 milliseconds. So this is the advantage of using materialized view in our database. And with this, what we can conclude is that the materialized view will reduce the execution time, because it already stores the data in the database itself, rather than views which will every time execute the query and fetch the up-to-date result to us. So this is all about materialized view. We have seen how we can create and refresh materialized view, and we have seen the performance difference between regular views and materialized view. Now let's discuss some of the use cases where we can use materialized view. Materialized view are perfect for speeding up complex queries involving large dataset. As we already seen our example where we have total 5 crore records, for regular view it took 20 seconds, and for materialized view it took 130 seconds. Second use case will be the dashboard or reports where we don't require real-time data. And we can use materialized view in data warehouse as well, where large amount of data are processed. And another use case will be the historical data. As we know, materialized view will not get automatically refreshed, so we can use that for our auditing purpose as well, where we need previous data, or you can say historical data. These are some of the use cases for the materialized view. Now let's discuss some of the common mistakes that we should avoid while working with the materialized view. So the first point is that we should not create materialized view for the simple queries, and if our data change frequently, in that case we need to make sure we refresh our materialized view as well. That thing we can do either with the help of cron or by using the triggers. And one of the most important point that we need to remember is that the materialized view require physical storage in the database. As the result is stored in the disk, so we need to make sure proper space, or you can say sufficient space, should be available in your disk. And if your data is going to grow repetitively, in that case you should avoid materialized view, because already that data is already present in your table. Again you are storing in some other place as well, so that will not create any benefit for you. So to summarize, materialized view are physical copies for the query result that enhance performance. We should use them for the complex queries, reporting, or pre-computed data. And always remember to refresh materialized view to keep the data accurate. That's it for today's video on DevPortal. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated with us. Notes link I will give you in the description box as well as in the comment section, so you can check it out. Drop your questions or feedback in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video on DevPortal.